What is up, my children? I have finally learned full ZB over the last a little more than 2 months, maybe not that much more. I learned full ZB, LS, and then also the Soons. Before that, I learned Pi in like 2 weeks. But yeah, I did it. Just to show you guys that it can be done, pretty much. I am getting faster with ZB now. Still not back to my CFOP global, but at least the times are improving. And the peaks are good, like, oh boy, I can get like sub 6 average with ZB method, which is pretty sick. And then yesterday I also got 2 4s on like solves where I had to do a real ZBLS, like not like it's not like the cross edges were actually already solved or something. Like, ZB method is good. My efficiency is already way better. Like, solves that used to be like 60 movers or above, they're now like low 50s. So, you know, I think there's a lot of potential of me for the ZB method. Oh my god. So, what should I say? Number one, stop trolling. I think there's a lot of cubers who are trolling, especially in NA. And I'm here to say stop trolling. Like, if you genuinely are trying to be competitive, don't troll. Like, actually try and improve that stuff. I know you might not have that much time or whatnot, but try to improve, try and figure out where your weaknesses are. I mean, that's step one. Step one is figuring out what your weaknesses are. Step two is how to address them. And step three is actually doing it. And I think a lot of people struggle with step one, which is interesting. Because for me, I struggle with step two and step three, for sure. But I think, like, the best way to solve is obviously whatever Swanee does, and if you're nowhere close to that, then at least start with Yiheng. Like, I think Yiheng does a great job of showing you how to get started with super advanced CFOP. I'm talking like sub 9 to sub 8 should really like learn from Yiheng and how he solves. And then beyond that, with F2L, you should look for Xuanyi. That's my opinion. Like, you know, like, I am just a random guy, you know, but I have dropped, you know. I am currently like 89 in the nation for 3x3 average. I have learned full ZB method. Like, I know I'm not great, but I'm at least alright. So yeah. Alright. We're walking up to class right now. I'll be there soon, but don't worry. I still got at least a couple more minutes with you, even though I'm late. Let's see. Well, what's it like cubing as a 20-year-old? This is a very good question. You know, like, I'm by far the person who cubes the most in my university. It's not even close. And like, I mean, I've been really on the grind, you know, like 90% of mornings I wake up early to get some ZB practice in. And then before I go to bed, I get some ZB practice in. Like, I've genuinely been nearing like 15 hours of practice a week, nearing 1,000 solves a week, even as a full-time collegiate student who is doing a lot of other things. I think you just gotta figure out what the place in cubing is for your life. Like honestly, before I was cubing less, but my relationship with cubing was way worse. Like, I don't know, I feel like every time I just didn't improve with my times, I just was very unhappy with cubing, like very unhappy. And I think now that I've learned ZB method and really started to focus, you know, it's been a lot more about just, you know, growing as a ZB solver, knowing that like you're gonna be bad at ZB for a while. That's okay. Like, I feel like I've had a lot more fun cubing, and, you know, it started to become like a routine where it's like, in the morning I do it, at night I do it, and then I ain't gotta really worry about it for the rest of the day. Like, cubing hasn't been, even though I cube more, cubing hasn't been my life, and I really enjoy that. But yeah, I mean, like, I'm probably one of the few people in college who would say, like, oh, you can cube more in college if you want, but I think it's like really figuring out why you cube, and I think a lot of people do it for fun, but the number of people whose true goal is to be competitive is very small. And, you know, it's okay to not be competitive, very okay, but I think you're gonna really struggle if you want to be competitive but you're not gonna take it seriously like that. Like, for me, I don't think I have much natural talent at cubing. Like, if I have any natural talent, it would be like figuring out how to take like a ZB algorithm and break it into memorable steps. Although that's something you kind of have to learn anyway. Like, I feel like, I mean, when I started, my TPS was really poor. When I started, I couldn't even, like, my cross was terrible. It still is. My cross +1 is also terrible. Like, I feel like in terms of my talent, like, it took me, like, when I say it took me 8 years to get to this point, I don't mean like I did 8 years of casually cubing. Like, I think people need to people need to understand the difference. Like, that's 8 years of like going home and like pretty much just cubing, you know, 2 hours a day, 3 hours a day, every day. Like, if not, I've been casually cubing. I've learned so much. I learned OLL, PLL. I learned how to plan cross +1. I learned how to multi-slot, learned how to start pseudo-slotting. Like, I've known so many advanced techniques and really studied the art of cubing. And, like, I mean, that's why I think I've gotten faster, is like, I haven't given up. You know, I might have quit like once or twice, but I'm still here, still going. And so, like, I think some respect should be shown for that. You know, like, to all the kids out there who might not be as fast as me yet, like, it's just because you haven't done it for long enough, you know? If you stay on the grind and you keep learning, you will be there. Like, I have no doubt. I have no doubt. But then there's also the time thing, like some of you, like, for me, cubing is one of my top priorities in terms of improving at. And for some of you who want to be getting better, or not getting better, but being competitive, cubing isn't your top priority. Or sorry, not your top. Cubing isn't close to one of your top priorities. And, like, just to be frank, like, if you're spending your time doing other things and not cubing, like, why do you expect to get better at cubing? Like, it's okay to not want to be better at cubing, and it's okay not to be world class. It's okay not to be sub 8 or sub 9 or sub 10 or sub 15 or sub 30, whatever. It's okay to not be all those things. But if you really deeply desire to be those things, and getting frustrated because you're not, but you're not putting in the work, like, that is just going to be an endless cycle. Like, you have to either decide whether this is something you truly want, which then you have to go to what Luke Garrett said about, you know, thinking about where that balance is, and, like, yeah, getting better at cubing doesn't mean happiness, you know? So you have to think about whether cubing is something you want, and whether, and if that's not the case, then you have to accept that you're not going to get faster at cubing, which is fine. Like, I'm going to quit cubing at some point. I have no goal to be sub 5 or sub 4. I have no desire to be that. I have no desire to, be national champion or whatnot. But that's okay. I think you just gotta figure it out. Figure out what you want for yourself, and then, truly want. Figure out what you want for yourself, and if you're able to put in the work to become that. And if not, then you have to start reconsidering what your goals are. But if you want to be world class and you're ready to put in the work for the next couple years, do it. Like, you shouldn't be scared, like, no matter how old you are. Like, you should try and do it just to show people that you can. ZB was crazy until Schwanyi did it. Being only dual neutral was crazy until Yihang showed you can plan a lot. Like, I think that's ultimately it. Like, it's only crazy until you go and show you can do it. And that's what I did with ZB method. Peace out.